Buenos Aires, Argentina. And if you take that road there, then second left by a statue straight on, you will get to the Total Wipeout course, where today 20 of the bravest Brits, including a traffic warden, a hairdresser, and, may the Lord be with him, a reverend, are about to put their bodies on the line and test themselves on the toughest obstacle course ever built, ever, in the history of the world, ever. Some will fail, most will fail, and only one will win. This is Total Wipeout.
Hello and welcome to a brand new series of Total Wipeout, where 20 normal British folk once again go toe-to-toe for a £10,000 prize and that warm, fuzzy feeling that comes with being a Total Wipeout champion. It's probably the bruising. Now, you may have noticed that things around here look pretty much the same, but let me tell you something. The Total Wipeout course most certainly isn't. Here's what's in store.
The qualifier, it's new and improved. The sweeper, it's new and more dangerous. Dizzy dummies, it's dizzier and dummier. And the grand final, the wipeout zone, now even more wipeouty.
So the course is new and improved, as is my co-host Amanda Byram, who's new and improved in some way too. Let's join her now on the course, where she's offering her help and support to the first of today's 20 brave contestants.
So I'm here now at the top of the qualifier with Judy, who is a self-employed fraud investigator. So Judy, does that mean you can tell if I'm lying?
Hopefully, yes.
Well, let's test you then. You are going to fall off the big red balls.
You're lying because I'm going to get across the big red balls.
Good luck, Judy.
Thank you very much.
I might be small, but it's less far to fall. Bring on the big red balls.
So, 55-year-old fraud investigator Judy from Burton-on-Trent is first to take on the Total Wipeout qualifier today. First up is a brand new obstacle, dodgeball, featuring the 1976 Argentinian Olympic dodgeball team, brought out of retirement as a result of the worldwide credit crunch and captained by Fidel Castro lookalike Philippe. They've won competitions all over the world. Now, the only thing missing from their trophy cabinet is the head of an Englishman. How will Judge Judy fare? Oh, well done, Judy. Managed to take the pace off the ball with your head there. Note to other competitors, though, these guys are good.
Score!
Having taken an early swim, Judge Judy must now get back on the pontoon as quick as she can and face another aerial assault. Go on, Judy, that's the... Oh! The great thing about these guys, it doesn't matter if it's a man, woman or passerby, they just want to hit it with a ball. Anyway, Judge Judy about to finish. Yes, she's made it through being hit with balls, so why not get hit with punches? It's on to the sucker punch. The object here, quite simple, make your way to the other side without being hit by one of the 22 hydraulic boxing gloves. Sounds easy, but, well, Judy there proving that it really isn't. Thorough investigation of the mud, though.
Come on, Judy.
Okay, she's made it out and must now face her toughest challenge yet. The big balls. Here we go.
Come on, get it.
Hey, she calling a sheepdog? That's not going to help. Anyway, I combined all the previous efforts attempted on Total Wipeout to work out the best way across, and I came up with this. Let's see what Judy comes up with. No, not even close. It is surprising how many people opt for the stunted jump, hit your face and plummet technique. Oh, it's great to be back. Judy must now make the long swim to the ladder, costing her more valuable time. Remember, only the fastest 12 will make it through to the next round.
Come on, Judy.
Yes, Judy.
Come on.
Yes, up the ladder for the fourth and final obstacle, the giant strawberry. Sorry, I mean the wrecking ball. All she has to do is grab hold of the strawberry and swing across to the platform on the other side to stop the clock. We haven't seen any competitor try this obstacle yet. This is a first. will it work? No, we're still none the wiser on how to do the giant strawberry. Good leap, but she seems to forget to use her hands. Easy mistake, really. Right, Judy must now swim round to the platform and climb the steps to finish while the clock keeps ticking till she gets there. And she's done it! 4 minutes, 15 seconds. Will that be enough to see her into the top 12?
Joining me now at the top of the qualifier is Phil. Now, Phil, do you think you have what it takes to get through that qualifier?
Certainly do. I've been doing a bit of cycling. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling fit, and I'm raring to go.
Cycling? Well, that'll definitely help. He's off. Oh, very casual. Let's hope he's not so casual on the rest of the course. He's forgotten his bike, look. 38-year-old Phil is a business analyst from Manchester. Should maybe analyse his walk here. It's a bit like a baby deer. Fidel and the boys now sensing fresh prey for their dodgeballs. Ow!
What'd you get for being cocky, Phil?
Well, he did pretty well to dodge the small red balls. How will he fare dodging the small red fists? Yeah, he's doing pretty well. Could we be seeing an early success on the sucker punch wall? No, I'm sorry. Casual Phil makes his way up to the big balls now. He's got a determined look. What was that? What? It was, well, unorthodox, but still casual. Yeah, just relax. Oh, yeah. But this is still a good time. All casual Phil has to do is cross the pool on the wrecking ball to finish. His cycling might come in handy here. Oh, we can't hold on! Go on! Casual Phil has finished in a very respectable time, though. 2 minutes 40. Yeah, I think he might have felt that just a little bit. Here to bring a bit of class and sophistication is posh princess, 18-year-old student from Norfolk, Gemma.
That course is not going to beat this princess. Bring it on.
Regardless of that accent, I'm confident she'll be one tough cookie and tackle this course like a marine.
He's gonna be a screamer.
Yeah. Oh, indeed. Gemma approaches the dodgeball boys. Will they show mercy? No, they won't. Really giving Gemma a hard time. Go away, that'll help. Oh, I can't believe they haven't stopped. Genuinely cruel.
Come on, Gemma.
Gemma now tries her luck on the sucker punch. She should be good at this. Her daddy bought her a replica of the entire course for the west wing of her house. She's practiced. She's doing very well. Go on, Gemma. Oh, it's bracing and good for one. Oh.
Can I get out here?
Yeah. As opposed to where?
So how will Princess Gemma fare on the big balls? Have we underestimated her? Has the personal wipeout tutor her daddy paid for come in useful?
Good girl.
No, not at all. Oh, I'm not sure if she's just been told that the water's not bottled or that her trust fund's run out.
Just breathe. You're fine. Keep going. It's all about speed.
Now, it may look like Princess Gemma's going slowly, but you have to realise that under the water is her butler carrying her on a silver tray. She did eventually finish in a time of 3 minutes 56. Another run scuppered by the big balls.
That's really hard.
This next contestant might just be calling on some assistance from a higher power when he takes to the course. He is 52-year-old church minister Peter, and he is, of course, in touch with the big fella on a regular basis. Say your prayers, Peter.
In the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, and in the name of the Holy Spirit, so help me God.
I think that might be cheating, Peter. Now let us pray that St. Peter makes it past the dodgeball boys.
Right. Now, boy, don't forget I'm a man of the cloth. If you get me, you've had it.
You'll only make them angry. He's threatening the ball boys. They show no favouritism and no mercy.
Well, that wasn't very nice. Right, hold on.
Peter used to be a professional referee before joining the church, so will be well used to being abused by grown men with balls. He is doing pretty well, though. Look at that. There's a biblical story unfolding in front of us. He's taken a dive, and quite a spectacular one, too. Let's just have a look. Oh! Yes.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Is that to inspire us or him? On to the big balls for St. Peter.
This is it.
He's ready. Oh, that is quite a fall. They say God moves in mysterious ways. Nope, no explaining that. And no divine intervention going to stop St. Peter collecting a face full of rubber. Here endeth the lesson. St. Peter finishes in a time of 5 minutes, 4 seconds. Sadly, it is the slowest time so far today. This is 25-year-old James from Kent. He's a nuclear safety engineer, so basically, he's Homer Simpson. Unlike Homer Simpson, however, James thinks he's a bit of a genius.
For all the nerds and boffins out there, this is to show we're not all square.
Apparently James has asked us not to take the mickey out of his job. That's awkward. Anyway, Smarty Pants James says he's already worked out his chances of winning. He reckons it's around 1 in 20. Genius. Apparently, Nuclear James's party trick is wiggling his ears. Note to self, don't go to James's party. Right, come on then, fella, this is it. The big balls, here we go. Ooh. I wasn't expecting that. Now, this looks promising. Yes, yes, no. Sadly, this nuclear engineer has gone into meltdown and fallen just short of the platform. That was impressive, although pretty jammy, I suspect. After a swim and a climb to the finish, he's glowing, and for once it's not caused by his job. Nuclear James records the fastest time of the day so far, 2 minutes and 8 seconds.
As I've said before, the Total Wipeout course does not discriminate in any way. It is happy to chew up, mangle and spit out men and women of all shapes and sizes. And I do mean all shapes and sizes.
Meet the unusual suspects. Chris is a 6'8" traffic warden from Bury. Kelly's a student from Middlesbrough. She's 4'11". That's Kev, a policeman from Stevenage, and he's 6'4". And that's Hazel. She's a sales administrator from Reading and is 4'11". Let's see if size really does matter.
She's a perfect 10, but she wears a 12. Baby, keep a little 2 for me.
Daddy Colin, I'm here to rule.
She could be sweet 16, busting out of the seams. There's still love in the first degree.
When he's at my game with a big fat A, you wanna see the smile on my face. And even at my door with a poor four, there ain't no man can replace. 'Cause we love our love, different sizes. I love her body, especially the lies. Time takes its toll, but not on the eyes. Promise me this, take me tonight.
Now let's hear what Kelly's got planned for the big balls.
I'm gonna do a bit of a special on the red balls.
What's the special?
I'm gonna do a handspring over them. So you land on your feet and then you go on your hands and then back over on your feet.
Ambitious. Does anyone else think this might not go entirely well? No. Yeah, that's not worked. How about traffic warden Chris? How will he do? No. What about Constable Kev? No. No, maybe Hazel's got it sussed.
'Cause we love our love, different sizes. I love her body, especially the lies. Time takes its toll, but not on the eyes. Promise me this, take me tonight.
That was brilliant.
A fantastic finish there from Kelly, and she becomes the first person to land the wrecking ball today. So the first leaderboard looks a little bit like this. Tiny Kelly is up there in top spot, Nuclear James is second, Casual Phil is third. Constable Kev is fourth, Tower of Chris is fifth, and Princess Gemma is sixth. Judge Judy is seventh, St. Peter is in eighth, and Hazel is ninth.
Tonight, one contestant will be crowned Total Wipeout champion and walk away with £10,000. But all will not be lost for the two losers. Well, it will, they'll have lost. But all three finalists, the winner and the losers, will return at the end of the series to compete in a grand final where the champion of champions is going to be crowned. Now, for this series, the BBC said to me, we'd really like you to go and visit the Total Wipeout course for yourself. Maybe record a series of reports. I immediately replied, no, it's in Argentina, that's miles away. So then they said, you do understand that your job could essentially be done by a trained monkey. So, here's my first report from Argentina on the do's and don'ts of Total Wipeout. Do you ever contemplate the majesty and wonder of this universe in which we live? Nah, neither do I. Do you like to laugh at people falling off these bad boys? Yep, so do I. These then are my do's and don'ts for success on the big balls. Don't taunt the big balls. They don't like it.
Balls! They don't do nothing for me.
Come on, you big fat balls.
Come on then, you big red balls!
Do find a unique and original way to fall off. Do you know, I think I could do this. Don't just run as fast as you can and hope it'll all turn out right in the end. It won't. You know, I'm serious about this. I'm gonna have a go. Don't ever, ever stop believing. Yep, as I thought. All Dad's confidence. Easy. So, having proved it's really not that hard, let's see if 35-year-old ward clerk from Essex, Sam, can take any of my priceless tips on board. Sadly, no. How about 30-year-old pub landlord from Watchet in Somerset, Ross Nuttycombe? Watch it, Ross. That looked like a faceplant to me. He'll have been amused by that. Does 37-year-old garden centre owner and mother of two from Nottingham, Tara, have any surprises for us?
I'm feeling fit, I'm feeling strong! Wipeout course, bring it on! Let's go!
Yes! Oh, there she goes. Oh, my word! A cartwheel off the second ball. Let's see that again. Oh, magnificent! Yeah, it's not really a time for showboating, though, is it? So it's on to the wrecking ball for Tara. Here we go. No. Ross. No. And Sam. Nearly. No.
Come on!
This is 45-year-old property manager Stephen, and he likes smiling a lot. He also says he looks like Hugh Grant. As do I.
I'm Smiley Suckerbunt Stephen from Weymouth, and I'm doing this for me.
Very good, Stephen. Any man with his own nickname and T-shirt to match has to be good at this. Oh.
Well, that was a letdown.
My thoughts exactly. I shall rename him Rubbish at the Sucker Punch Stephen. He's actually rubbish at smiling too right now. So after failing on the Sucker Punch, how will Rubbish at the Sucker Punch Stephen cope with the big balls? Really badly. Have a seat, sir. Don't mind if I do. Oh. Stephen now needs to get up there as quick as he can if he wants to get into the top 12 and go through to the next round. Come on, Stephen. Just the wrecking ball to go. Come on. Keep smiling. Keep smiling. This is it. Oh, yes! Oh, well done, Stephen. Only the second person to land on that podium today. Rubbish at the sucker punch. Stephen posts a time of 2 minutes 37, which leaves him safely in the top 12. For now. That'll put the smile back on his face. This is 43-year-old police diver Marion.
I'm Marion and I'm here to make mincemeat out of those merry men.
Yeah, there's nothing merry about those men. Marion is a police officer and so always on the lookout for trouble. Well, she's going to find herself in a whole heap of it now.
Be careful what you wish for, Marion.
And yes, Marion, they appear to have brought it on more than sufficiently. We'll leave Marion to it while she tries to solve the crime. My deduction is that it's the Castro lookalike that did it with the red ball on the giant obstacle course. Another glance at the leaderboard sees Tiny Kelly still up there in first place, with Nuclear James in second and Cartwheeling Tara in third. Rubbish at the sucker punch Stephen is fourth, Constable Kev sixth, CSI Marion made it out of the water and is seventh. Tower of Chris is eighth, Princess Gemma is 10th, and Judge Judy is 12th. So far, 14 competitors have faced the awe-inspiring dodgeball team captained by the enigmatic Fidel Castro lookalike. Never have so many been hit by so many, thrown by so many, mostly mustachioed dodgeball players across... Look, it's never happened before. How will 27-year-old account manager from Reading, Karima, fare when faced with a barrage of high-velocity balls aimed at her head?
Be nice to me!
Oh, badly? Karima's elected to fend that ball off with her skull. They don't know the meaning of the word nice, Karima. They speak Spanish. This young lady is 27-year-old PE and maths teacher from Stoke-on-Trent, Claire.
Believe, achieve, succeed!
Not her words, but the words of her school motto. Thankfully, Claire's remembered her sports kit, or else she'd have to do the course in her vest and pants. Claire doing a quite incredible job of avoiding the balls. It's like she's wearing a magic deflector cape. Look at that. Oh, spoke too soon. Fidel on form today. This is bouncy, stretchy, 25-year-old recruitment officer from Sheffield, Becky.
I'm going to get across those balls, beat all the boys and win it! Woo!
Yes, well, off you go then. She's quick. And she's made it across unscathed. Bouncy Becky seems to be the only person who's observing the dodge part of dodgeball and is showing the rest how it's done.
Come on, Becky!
That's clear. On to the sucker punch. Ouch! And again, those punches literally bouncing off her. Oh, apart from that one, spoke too soon. Right, moving on to the big balls.
Big red balls!
Yes, let's see if Becky's bounciness and stretchiness helps at all. Here she goes. Ooh! A very good effort. Determined and finished with a rather graceful dive. That is a very impressive 1 minute 46, which now makes Becky the fastest competitor today.
Well done.
The look of love is in
Now, who's this young man? He doesn't look very happy.
I'm strong, I'm tough. Now watch me strut my stuff. Come on!
Yes, well, seems like a rather manly chap. Oh, that's more like sort of ballet to me.
little birdie tells me, Ben, that victory isn't the only thing that you're looking for here at Total Wipeout. Would that be true?
Oh, well, you know, I've seen a couple of shows and you've got quite a lot of good-looking girls on here, so...
I hear your friends call you Love Shack, is that right?
Don't you just hate friends who think they're funny? This is, in fact, 20-year-old student from Market Harbour, Ben. He's up and away. Oh, struggling to find his feet a bit here. Ah, keeping very low. They can't knock you over if you're already over. Oh.
Come on, Ben. Think of the women.
Helpful words, as always, from the ever-supportive Amanda. Now, the sucker punch. Oh, he's doing very well. Oh. Come on, Love Shack. Could he be the first across today? No, he can't be. No. Less of a Love Shack, more of a Love Shed. Right, onto the big balls for Big Ben. He'll be good at this because he's a trampoline coach. So let's see how the experts do it. Oh dear. As I thought, much like everyone else. Yeah, it's no trampolining going on at all. Just the wrecking ball to go. Thank you, Amanda. Concentrate, yeah? Here he goes. Yeah, that was perfect if the object was to belly charge the wrecking ball. He won! But it doesn't help his time. Love Shed Ben finally makes it to the finish line in a time of 3 minutes 51.
I'm going to have to bite the bullet on that one and come clean and say, yeah, it was a bit too much for me.
Yeah, it was.
Great to come out here. And what an opportunity for anyone that wants to come and do this. It's one of the best things to do in the world.
What do you mean one of? The penultimate contestant is 24-year-old shop supervisor Jack from Leamington Spa.
This is for all the freckly foxes out there. Watch me rip up this course.
I fear that Jack may clash with the big red balls. Still, we'll see. Now, he says he's a sporty chap and lists his strengths as jumping and climbing. Ooh. Ow! He can add attracting dodgeballs to his CV as well. Although in my experience, it doesn't really help get you work. He's in. Onto the big balls, where Jack's jumping skills should really come into their own. That is a clash! Oh! Ow! What was that? Literally run across the balls and got a hand onto the fourth one. Good effort, Jumping Jack. Just the wrecking ball now to finish what is a seriously quick run. Launch. Oh, there you go! Oh, not quite! That's going to cost him valuable time. Jumping Jack crawls to the finish line in a time of 1 minute 43 seconds, and that is now the quickest time today.
So, 19 down and only one left to go. He's been waiting in the Argentinian sun all day for his chance, and it's finally arrived.
This is 37-year-old hairdresser from Lancashire, Johnny. Hang on a minute, is there something wrong with his screen? No, that is just his tan.
So I'm here now with Johnny from Lancashire. Hi, Johnny.
Hi, Amanda.
If you won today, what would you do with the money?
Well, the wife wants to get a new conservatory. I want to get the new latest sunbed so I can be even browner than I already am.
All I can say is that is fantastic.
Fantastic.
Good luck, Johnny.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's going to need it if he wants to get into the top 12.
Here's Johnny!
OK, he looks like he means business and he's off. How will the man in the orange skin fare against the men in the red suits? Oh, not very well. That may slow him down just a little bit. He's in. Dodgeball boys have saved their best till last. A fine shot that's completely taken Sunbed Johnny out. Come on, Johnny, the clock's still ticking. It hasn't washed off. Onto the big balls. Think of that sunbed, Johnny. Come on.
Let's do it.
Yes, let's. Was that what you meant? Oh, my word, his knees have totally given out. Just folded. That is quite a fall. Only the wrecking ball to go for Sunbed Johnny, and he can still make it into the top 12 with a good finish. So come on, Johnny, this is it. Everything to play for here. Here he goes. Oh, no! He's lost his footing, fallen flat on his face, and completely misses the ball. Yeah, that didn't help. Johnny has made it to the finish line in a time of 3 minutes 56.
That was horrific.
It's not easy.
Worst thing I've ever done.
I think you knocked your tan clean off.
How did I do?
How do you think you did?
Terrible.
Not terrible, but not quite good enough, Johnny. Here are the lucky 12 that did make the cut. Jumping Jack is our fastest qualifier. Bouncy Becky is in second, with Tiny Kelly in third. Well done, ladies. Nuclear James is fourth. Cartwheeling Tara is fifth. And Rubbish at the Sucker Punch Stephen is sixth. Constable Kev is eighth. Karima the Screamer is ninth. Tower of Chris is 11th. And in 12th is Believe, Achieve, Succeed Claire.
But before we move on and their achievements fade from our memory, and their faces, what they did, what they said, their names, let us pay tribute to the 8 gallant competitors who didn't make it but gave us so much joy along the way.
The winner takes it all. The loser has to fall. It's simple and it's plain. Why should I complain? The game is on again. A lover or a friend, a big thing or a small. The winner takes it all.
It's back, but this time there's not just one sweeper arm, there's 2. Introducing the Crusher. The 2 hydraulic sweeper arms simultaneously rotate faster and faster, whilst at the same time moving closer and closer together. The competitors must jump one rotating arm, whilst avoiding having their heads taken off by the other. Starting with 12, the first 7 to fall will be eliminated. The remaining 5 go through to the next round. It keeps on sweeping until there is one last man or woman standing, and they will be crowned the king or queen of the Crusher. Let's meet the Daring Dozen. On podiums 1 and 2, it's Tiny Kelly.
Don't underestimate my height. These legs were made for jumping.
And Rubbish at the Sucker Punch Stephen.
Goodbye, Sucker Punch Stephen. Hello, Sweeper Stephen.
On podiums 3, 4 and 5, it's Karima the Screamer, Cartwheeling Tara, and Nuclear James. On podiums 6, 7 and 8, it's Believe, Achieve, Succeed Claire, Casual Phil, and Tower of Chris.
Oh my God, I want me mum.
Okay, Chris. On podiums 9 and 10, it's CSI Marion and Bouncy Becky.
Never mind last man standing, I'm going to be the last woman standing.
Yep, that's what they all say, Becky. And to round things off on podiums 11 and 12, it's Constable Kev and Jumping Jack.
I'm the Red Fox and I'm going to hop over this garden fence.
Jumping Jack making absolutely no sense there whatsoever. We've left them waiting wobblingly on those podiums long enough. Let's head down to the course where Amanda is ready to get the action underway.
I'm very excited because it's time for the sweeper. How are you all feeling? Not very convincing. Ready? Unsteady. Go!
Off it goes. Will the Crusher prove as deadly as its one-armed predecessor? Slow and steady to start. Oh! The Crusher claims its first victim. Rubbish at the Sucker Punch Stephen is off. And that should wipe the smile off his face for good. He's out.
I just lost it really stupidly, but there you go, that's life.
How will that early fall affect the rest of the competitors? 11 remain. Remember, only 5 can go through to the next round. Ooh, the Crusher arm is really speeding up there. But this lot are doing very well. Ooh, a slip there from Constable Kev, but he's managed to stay on his podium. That was close, and he knows it. 11 of the original 12 are still standing then. The only faller so far is Rubbish at the Sweeper Stephen.
Come on, Chris! Don't let your big big feet let you down.
Chris is 6'8" and he'll have to keep up the jumping and the ducking if he wants to stay that tall. That arm is rotating seriously fast now. Only one competitor has fallen. The tension up on those podiums must be unbearable. Each of them knows that if they fall off now, they can kiss goodbye to that 10 grand.
Oh, they're a determined lot, this. Somebody fall.
Still in the game are Kelly, Karima, Tara, James, Claire, Phil, Chris, Marion, Becky, Kev and Jack. The Crusher are moving around at such a rate now. The remaining contestants barely have time to compose themselves between jumps. Okay, we've started off a new obstacle with the world's best practitioners of it. Round and round it goes. The bottom arm is gradually moving up now, making it harder to jump through the gap. Oh, and it's clipped Tiny Kelly's leg, but she's stayed on. Karima's gone, and Tara. And that's Claire down as well. Oh my word, this is absolute carnage. Chris is off, and what on earth was that? Marion makes a right mess of it and falls as well. Becky just makes it over. Constable Kev has another moment, but manages to hold on again. Let's take another look at that pile-up and work out exactly who's gone and who's still standing. That's Tiny Kelly just managing to stay on her podium. But then Karima the Screamer falls spectacularly. Tara mistimes her jump, which sends her into a 360-degree spin again. Nuclear James makes it okay, but then Claire is taken out swiftly, followed by Casual Phil. Tower of Chris chickens out, and he's knocked off. Then CSI Marion thinks she's made it through and makes a complete mess of her jump. Ouch! She's got herself in a muddle though. She's not made it and is in fact the 7th person to fall, the last person then to be eliminated. There are now only 5 competitors left who will all go through to the next round.
I don't know if I'm mistaken or not, but I think this same round took quite a few of us out.
Nothing like stating the bleeding obvious, Karina.
That was honestly amazing. I can't believe I lasted so long.
I thought I was last 5 and looked up and there were still 5 people on the podium, so I'm gutted.
Ouch! So still standing are Tiny Kelly, Just, Nuclear James, Bouncy Becky, Constable Kev and Jumping Jack. All 5 will be going through to the next round. But who will be the last one standing? And the very first king or queen of the Crusher? Oh, not Kelly! At 4 feet 11, Tiny Kelly didn't stand a chance there. The Crusher was up round her waist, but she finishes with a good old-fashioned faceplant for good measure. That's one for the Total Wipeout archives. Still, she's safely into the next round. Well, maybe not safely. So, Becky, Kev, Jack and James. Oh no, Nuclear James is gone. He's landed on his face instead of his feet. Not very smart. Only 3 are still standing.
Becky, Kev and Jack.
And these 3 are doing amazingly well. The Crusher arm now getting higher and higher. Oh, Constable Kev's gone, so's Jumping Jack. A fine jump there from Becky, calling on all her bounciness, but Kev gets it very wrong, and Jack mistimes his jump. So Bouncy Becky is the last woman standing and the very first Queen of the Crusher.
Oh, Becky!
So we started with 20, then we had 12, and now only the 5 least rubbish remain. Each of them within touching distance of that £10,000 prize and being crowned the first Total Wipeout winner of this new series. But we still need to lose 2 more, and what better way to do that than to spin them all silly and make them jump over more stuff. It's time for Dizzy Dummies.
Here's how it works. The competitors spin for 40 sickening seconds on that high-speed roulette wheel. They're then released to wander through the stumbling saloon doors or squeeze through the crazy cutouts. If they somehow get past those, then they must make their way across the ever-so-slippery cylinder run and the downright difficult donut run. The game is run twice, and each time the last person across will be eliminated, leaving us with the 3 finalists. So to put it bluntly, don't come last.
how dizzy can a dummy be? Well, this dummy is really, really dizzy. And I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about this. Are you all ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that was a no. 3, 2, 1!
Let's just remind ourselves who the dizzy dummies are. First up, she's like a stick of dynamite, small and explosive.
Don't underestimate my height. These legs were made for jumping.
It's Tiny Kelly. That's part-time cartoon character, full-time nuclear expert,
For all the nerds and boffins out there, this is to show we're not all square.
Nuclear James. Next, it's the screaming queen of the crusher,
I'm gonna beat all the boys and win it! Woo!
Bouncy Becky. He's the feet on the street, all 6'4" of him. It's Constable Kev.
Daddy, daddy cool. Daddy, daddy cool.
Finally, he likes jumping a lot and was the fastest qualifier.
This is for all the freckly foxes out there.
It's Jumping Jack. And they're off. Kelly's through the saloon doors first and onto the cylinder run, and what, she's just hopping her way across. Yes, maybe dizziness doesn't go down that low because she seems completely unaffected and she's safe. Jumping Jack, Nuclear James and Bouncy Becky all come a cropper. Constable Kev seems to be standing off and waiting for some backup, maybe.
Come on, Kev!
Yeah.
Daddy Longlegs!
Okay, oh, back to the start for Kev.
Let's see if James can do it for the geeks.
Maybe he can, maybe he can. No, he can't, he's fallen. Can he push himself onto the pontoon? No, he can't. Back to the start for James as well. Bouncy Becky now. Here we go. No, she's in again. Now it's Kev's turn.
Come on, Kev!
Taking his time. Preparing. Here he goes, here he goes. Yes, 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 yes! Oh, no! Kev's off again! Constable Kev, agonisingly close there. Can Jumping Jack join Kelly? Oh, this looks good. Well, not good, it looks ridiculous, but yes, he can! Shop Supervisor Jack is safe. Can James follow Jack's lead? No, he can't, and that looked painful. Now it's Becky's turn again. She is a strong competitor. She's away. Oh, no, no! Ooh. Oh, and she is in again. Remember, the last across will be eliminated.
This is your time.
Here he goes. Yes, Constable Kev's made it across. And I think he's pleased. I love it when we try and get moving with this show. Now, only Nuclear James and Bouncy Becky are left, and one of them will be eliminated. Becky's fallen in again. The Queen of the Crusher is really in trouble here. Here comes Nuclear James. He's done it.
Come on.
Bouncy Becky, the Queen of the Crusher, is out.
Becky the body, my six-pack abber. What went wrong?
Don't know, it's just so slippy, and when you're all disorientated, you just don't know which way you're supposed to be going.
I suggest you take a left out of the gate and head straight for the airport, Becky. Now only 4 are left, and one final competitor is about to be eliminated. This time by the donut run. People, names, donut run. It's not very frightening. It's, donut! It's just think.
So these 4 will now be spun for another 40 seconds until they're so dizzy they can't think straight, let alone walk straight. Remember, the last one across the donut run will be eliminated, and the remaining 3 will go through to the Wipeout zone, where they'll have one last chance to win that £10,000 prize. Here we go, they're off. James and Kelly out first. James the first to attack the crazy cutouts. Hang on, what's Constable Kev doing? Oh, looks like he's off for a spot of line dancing. Meanwhile, Homer Simpson-alike James is predictably enjoying the donuts. Oh, Kelly's fallen just behind him. James leaps. Can he make it? Yes, he can. He pulls himself up. He's the first one through to the wipeout zone. As he pushes off, the donut goes backwards, but he's just about made it. Oh, Jumping Jack now. He's made the jump and joins Nuclear James in the wipeout zone. Yeah, watch out for the camera there, Jack. Cost us money. So, Tiny Kelly and Constable Kev are left, but only one of them can join Jack and James in the wipeout zone.
Here she goes.
Oh! This jump then for a place in the wipeout zone. This is it.
She's like a little Raggedy Ann doll.
Oh no! Oh, she'll have to try again. Oh! Her feet going like a cartoon character, and she can't quite make it. Back to the start for Kelly. Now Kev employing a slide across the bonnet of his police car technique as Kelly wanders back for another go. Steadies himself for a final jump. Oh! He's fallen. Kelly's made her jump. Can she capitalise on Kev's mistake? Ooh, safely onto the third donut. This is where she fell before. They are very slippery. It must look such a long way to jump for 4 feet 11 Kelly, but she's made it! Tiny Kelly is through to the wipeout zone. I could have called her Condensed Kelly. Constable Kev is out.
Come here. 10 out of 10 for effort. That was unbelievable. What happened?
I just couldn't get any grip.
Did you see who you got beaten by?
Someone half my size, you know. She was about as big as my daughter. But what a girl, what a girl.
That was a truly titanic battle for the last place in the final between Condensed Kelly and Constable Kev. And it will be Kelly that joins Nuclear James and Jumping Jack in the wipeout zone. But let's remind ourselves what they've all been through en route to the final today.
The whole total wipeout experience has been definitely the hardest thing I've ever done.
Getting to this point means a lot to me because I think some people at home thought that I wouldn't get through.
Unbelievable to be in this situation, really. 1 minute I can't think straight, the next minute I'm chilled out, the next minute I can't think straight.
Whilst doing total wipeout, I've learned that I've got a bit more fight in me than I thought I did.
I think I've proved to myself that I'm a lot fitter than what I thought I was.
It does go to show that people that do, sit behind a desk in an office every day, they can, really push themselves and have fun.
As darkness falls, it will get a lot more competitive. That's when it's really going to kick in.
Tonight, I'm going to give it 120%.
Winning total wipeout would really be a lifelong dream. I'd be over the moon if I won today.
I think I've done well to get to this stage, but this would put the icing on the cake if I was to win tonight.
Yes, we're down to the final 3 contenders who are currently limbering up for the wipeout zone. The winner will secure that £10,000 prize and something maybe even more valuable, the title of the first total wipeout champion of the new series. But mostly it's the 10 grand.
Before the 3 finalists take to the wipeout zone, let's see what perils await the plucky trio. First up, it's a high-speed slide down the killer surf. Then it's a short swim to the barrel run, where a barrage of 50-kilogram barrels awaits them. Next up, the Argentinians found a discarded ladder in a skip, welded it onto the old climbing wall and called it the monkey bars. Then it's on to the fast-moving spinner. Hard to get on, even harder to get off. Then another new obstacle. It looks more like the insides of a giant vacuum cleaner, but it's called the brusher. A quick 1-2 on the launch pads and onto the finish podium, where the clock will stop. Easy.
Well, we've waited long enough. Let's join Amanda, who's ready to get the action underway.
It's time now for 1 to get the total wipeout title and for 2 to get totally wiped out. First to go tonight is Kelly.
So first to face the new wipeout zone is pint-sized student from Middlesbrough, Tiny Kelly. She's been one of the strongest competitors all day.
Go for it!
And she's off. Kelly opting for the breaststroke. No, she's gone for the front crawl. Good choice. Now, onto the barrel run, where she'll be greeted by a series of 50-kilogram barrels rolling towards her. Don't forget that slope is covered in grease. She's tearing up that slope. Oh, she's been hit by that first barrel. That's going to slow her down. Good recovery, though. She's still moving on. The belly flop technique really working well for Tiny Kelly. Onto the monkey bars now. Tiny Kelly has to travel across to the other side.
Come on, Kelly!
Whilst a torrent of cold water does its best to knock her off. It's going to be hard to see where you're going, but she is doing well. She's made it across. She's there. Now it's on to the spin. Timing is everything. And she's timed her jump perfectly. She's on first time. Now for the tricky bit, getting off again. She's got to choose her moment, but can't waste too much time. Oh, no, she's bounced straight off. We've seen that so many times before. Now she's got to climb back up the ladder, which will cost her valuable time. Now for another new obstacle, the brusher. Kelly must time her run perfectly so she's not knocked in by those weird spiky bits, and she's done it. Well done, Kelly. This is looking like a very good time now. Only the launch pads to go. Oh no! She's fallen in. Disaster for Tiny Kelly. Her momentum just carrying her off the end of the launch pad. This is costing her valuable time. Here she goes again. This is punishing now. Oh my word! That was spectacular! She's completely missed the second launch pad and flown off the other side. That's got to be hurting, and she's got to be exhausted now. Yes, yes, yes! She's finally done it, and in some style. If only she could have done that the first time. Tiny Kelly had such a good start and was strong for someone so little. She was well set for a good time, but those launch pads just got the better of her in the end.
Okay, that was an unbelievable performance up until the very end. You were really solid. What went wrong up there?
I tried to stop and I should have just gone for it.
I can tell you now that your time, Kelly, was 5 minutes and 46 seconds.
Way. Oh, well, good luck to the guy who wins then.
It's not over yet, Kelly. Next up, shop supervisor Jumping Jack. Remember, he has no idea what Kelly's time is, so just has to focus on getting round as quickly as he possibly can.
Let's be having ya!
Yeah! And he's off. Onto the barrel run, where Jack's jumping skills should come into their own. And they are! He's clearing those 50-kilogram barrels with ease, and he's made it all to the top. Onto the monkey bars. This is all about keeping your momentum going forward. If you stop, it's just hard to get going again. It's hard to stay on, let alone move forwards. But he is. And he's done it. Jumping Jack is straight onto the spinner. Oh, can he hang on? I think he has. Yes. Yes, he's still on. Now he's got to time his jump just right, or he'll end up in the water like Kelly. He's done it. More A-grade jumping from Jack. Onto the brusher now. That must look terrifying. But he's made it look to us very easy. Just the launch pads to go. We've already seen how tricky they can be. Safely onto the first one. Oh no! Never seen that done before. He's jumped off the back of the launch pad. That's his first mistake, and it's going to cost him valuable time. Now he must tackle the launch pads again. He's safely onto the first. Can he get up onto the second? Yes. Oh, he's hanging on for dear life. But yes, just one final jump to go, and that's it! Yeah. Jumping Jack finishes in a very quick time of 2 minutes 11 seconds, and I think he's pleased. He deserves to be. Jack was extremely fast from the outset. His jumping skills were put to full use on the barrel run. That was a very impressive performance indeed.
Come on out here.
Thanks.
Need I ask how you're feeling?
Tired.
So, Jack, I can tell you right now that you were faster. Kelly, I'm sorry, my darling. You're going to have to go join the others.
So Jumping Jack has flown around the course in a super fast time. That's going to take some beating. It's now a 2-horse race between Jack and Nuclear James, who's ready to go at the start line.
This is it. Here goes.
Off he goes. Flies off the end of the slide and gets swimming over to the barrel. Remember, that slope is very slippery. Nuclear James confidently attacks the barrel run and is doing well. Ooh! So it's onto the monkey bars. James crossing them with ease. Neck and neck with Jack at this point. He's cleared it, now for the spin. He's made it on the first attempt. He's still well within reach of Jumping Jack's time. Oh, he's overcooked it, he's in the water. Again, that landing. He needs to get back up as quickly as he can to be in with a chance of beating Jumping Jack's time. Onto the brushing. Ooh, and James runs straight across with ease. This is going to be very close. Just the launch pads to go. Oh, James has messed it up! Oh! His knees looked to buckle on impact at the point when he really needed power to get up onto that next launch pad, and that's why they wear helmets. That fall means it's all over for Nuclear James. He doesn't know that he's slower than Jumping Jack, and he must now focus on finishing. For him, oh no! Bounces backwards and into the water. He's landed it this time. On to the second. Still trying, still doesn't know the truth. One jump to go, and he's finished. A valiant effort from Nuclear James, but it wasn't quite enough. He doesn't know that yet. James made a fantastic start and was still in with a shout at the halfway point. But those mistakes on the launch pads are what ultimately cost him the title.
Oh, James, my man, what a performance. How are you feeling after that?
I wish I went to practice trampolining. Hey, mate.
All right, well, I can tell you right now, James, that Jack, you had a really good performance tonight. James, you just weren't fast enough. The Red Fox has done it. You are the total Wipeout champion!
So congratulations to 21-year-old shop supervisor Jumping Jack, who's 10 grand richer and the first champion of this series. All 3 of today's finalists will return at the end of the series along with the other contestants who make it to the Wipeout zone to compete in a Champion of Champions grand final, where one will be crowned the Total Wipeout Series champion. I can hardly wait. Do join us next time for a small dose of this. And a large helping of this. So from Amanda and me, it's goodbye. See you next time.
Christopher Biggins hosts the National Lottery draws next tonight, joined by special guest June Brown. Then Ruth's Web of Lies begins to unravel in Casualty at 8:35 on BBC One.